This guy is cool. The website is called theoatmeal.com, not just oatmeal.com. That's for
Oatmeal,
those of us that need more fiber in our diet.
which is delicious.
Theoatmeal.com is in a bit of a legal tussle with another website. Matthew says that this other website has stolen his work, basically, and makes a profit off of it and gives him nothing. You know, you can't get away with that. FunnyJunk.com is the website we want you to boycott, right?
Yeah, that's the website.
It has used hundreds of his cartoons over the years. He asked them to stop, and guess what happened? FunnyJunk sent him a legal letter saying, after he posted on his website, which I'm going to ask you to describe in detail, saying they're stealing my stuff. They sent him a legal letter saying that he has defamed them.
The fine name of FunnyJunk.
And they requested a huge sum of money. How much money?
It was $20,000.
They asked you for $20,000 for defaming them.
Well, they're funny at least, because that's damn
It was a good joke. I agree. That was the funniest part of their site.
Instead of paying... This is going to be great. Instead of paying them, Matthew raised the money to donate to cancer. Did you use Kickstarter?
Actually, Kickstarter doesn't do charities.
That's right.
I had to use Indiegogo, which is charity-driven.
Indiegogo?
Yeah.
Cool. I need to learn more about the internet from you. And he raised the money, donated it to cancer, and sent the lawyer a really funny, it's a cartoon, of a large woman, which he says is the lawyer's mother, seducing a Kodiak brown bear. It's the greatest cartoon ever.
It is great stuff.
You can get the entire story, and you can see the lawyer's mother
Facsimile of
coming onto a bear.
Right.
There's no actual, consummation of this interest. It's just an interest.
Yeah, she's seducing the Kodiak. She's not actually doing anything illicit.
It would have been offensive if the bear was coming onto her.
That's why I tried to make it so that she was kind of going for the bear.
Yes.
I didn't want to disrespect the bear.
I completely agree.
He's
Bear
a
is
very
totally
thoughtful
innocent.
young man.
Yeah.
And I don't think he ever said this is the lawyer's mother. It's like this is
Yeah, he
somebody's
did. You
mother.
did. Didn't you?
This is your
Well,
mother.
actually, technically, it was the owner of FunnyJunk's mother.
Okay. Close enough.
The lawyer actually assumed it was his in an interview. He's like, I can't believe you said this about my mother. I'm actually, it wasn't your mother.
Ah.
So,
Well, we'll clarify it for
yeah, I
him.
wouldn't want to disrespect
All right,
bears.
let's get you real close to the microphone over there. Theoatmeal.com is the website, and of course, we'll link to it at bobrivers.com. Welcome to the show, Matthew.
Thanks for having me.
So, I like your attitude. It's the internet. You have a freedom of expression. You're a cartoonist who I assume gets a lot of traffic on theoatmeal.com.
Yeah. My site's about 3 years old, and I got enough traffic that I could support myself with it
That's
about
cool.
2.5 years ago. So I make a good living from
An
it.
entrepreneur, an artist, internet entrepreneur who's also a solo act, in that you're not just doing what a lot of other people do, which is steal other people's stuff and put it in one place.
Yeah, I get no creative reward out of building a website where I collect images from around the internet and post them. It just doesn't do anything for me.
Nothing to
so
them.
with the oatmeal, it's 100% user.
May I
created
ask how
for
old
me.
you are?
I'm 29.
29 years old. Seattle, your hometown.
I moved here 11 years ago.
11 years ago. What attracted you to Seattle?
I was living in northern Idaho.
Yeah, that's enough.
There you
to
go.
So you were
Well played,
repelled.
sir.
You were repelled from northern Idaho.
Do I need to say more? Yeah.
No, we're good. We got it.
And you fit in with the artistic community here, I'll bet, really well.
I think so. I feel like an outsider, which makes me fit in, I think. 'Cause I think
That's right.
a
Everyone's an
Seattle
outsider.
theme,
Yeah.
So,
now your cartoons, the style of cartoon, which folks, you have to check it out. It's very popular these days. The kind of cartoon you do. It's a sort of I don't know what you call it. To me, it's like a caricature of people and bears and things that you draw. Is there a name for that style of cartoon?
not really the drawing style, but the lengthy format. People often refer to it as an infographic.
Infographic. Okay.
Yeah, some of my comics that are educational, like the ones about grammar, or I've done some about coffee or Nikola Tesla. Those are considered infographics because they're this huge visual media, display with comedy as well as education.
Cool stuff. Do you do it for companies and stuff too? Are you an artist for hire, or you're pure art?
Just for me, I used to do it as a consultant. I would people pay me to make comics for them, but I just found that was an awkward fit for my creativity.
I think it would be, yeah. Because I was thinking, boy, you could imagine what you could do with Bob, Spike, and Joe. Make us uglier, even.
And it's a short walk.
Actually, it's kind of bad because I'm incapable of drawing people that look good. Like, even my girlfriend, when I try and draw her, she just turns into this bloated baby person. Like
We like that. That's
Everyone
nice.
you draw is ugly. Is that what it is?
bloated
Yeah.
baby people. That's
Yeah.
what they look like.
That's
with
sexy.
no pupils. Just like they look like very Amber Alert. Everybody I draw is reeks of Amber Alert.
Well, now, how long did it take you to defame FunnyJunk's mom? How long did it take to do that cartoon?
That was about 2 minutes. I intentionally
Seriously?
I intentionally made it look bad too. I drew it with a mouse rather than just you drag
You drew that with a mouse?
Yeah, I did it.
Wow. I want to see some of his other work, Pedro. Print out some of it, and we're going to link to it at bobrivers.com. Okay, so now you seem pretty savvy enough to know that when someone sends you a lawyer letter, that it's like put up or shut up. It doesn't mean anything, right? You know this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the heck with them. Their goal when someone comes after you, especially when they're the ones doing the wrong thing, their goal is to scare you.
I got that impression. When I read it, it's funny because I put the comedian came before the businessman or the human being. I saw this and go, this is comedy gold. Like reading this article, like that was my first thought. It was like, this is going to make a great comic. But then I sent it to my lawyer and said, can you look at this? Does this have any weight? And he's like, yeah, it's got a little bit of weight, but really this is all bogus.
Right.
But I agree.
Well, what about them stealing your stuff? You really have a case.
Yeah.
If you can document they did it.
The thing is most of the comics were uploaded by their users. And this is kind of a business that's really popular right now where you have a website, users upload photos, you collect six-figure checks from those photos, and when the people who own those licenses on them come to ask for the money, you throw up your hands in the air and say, oh, my users uploaded them. I wasn't in control.
Right. That is their out. And it worked for YouTube for a while until big companies with lots of lawyers got on them. And so, in other words, what they say to you is, well, let us know when it happens and we'll take it down, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like after the damage is done.
Is it like I don't understand the mechanisms of business on the internet, but it's like a parking lot. If somebody steals your car and parks it on a parking lot, it's not the parking lot's responsibility. It's who stole the car. Is
that is their
analogy?
legal argument. That's
Yeah.
very well put.
Yeah, I would say that's fair. I mean, where I draw the line is my comics get spread all over the internet, all kinds of websites.
And you're happy to put them out.
And that's fine. It's
Yeah.
publicity for me. It's an image. It doesn't really cost me anything. Where I drew the line with these guys was they took hundreds of my comics, posted without my name on them, stripped my name out.
They
and-
stripped your name out?
Yeah, and they were there
That
for-
has to be a willful act.
They were there for years and years and years, and I was like, "There's like 500 comics of mine on this site."
So how
my
much
whole
does
thing-
Funny Junk make? What are they worth?
I couldn't tell you exactly, but I can tell from their traffic estimations. The guy probably makes at least six figures a year from ads. I can guess.
Yeah.
How about the letter from the lawyer? What kind of paper was it on? Good paper? Thick?
Yeah, it was-
Heavy in your hand
yeah, it was
paper?
very- it was very
yeah,
dense,
they
yeah.
make a ton.
Now they do
was
say
papyrus.
in this lawyer letter that you made false statements with explicit malicious purpose to injure them. They say that
Yeah, his mother doesn't really go for bears that much,
you're accusing them of criminal conduct, which is not
which is what they did. And
any truth to any of that. You think?
Not really. I mean, as evidence, there's a pterodactyl, the dinosaur, and if you view the code on my site, the public code, the source code, there's a dinosaur on every single page that's like swearing. It's been there for years. It's like a mascot. They cited that as evidence that I'm taunting them. The dinosaur.
Your dinosaur.
The dinosaur is cursing at them.
You
not
sell
you.
pterodactyl hoodie sweatshirts.
And
That
I-
is your thing.
Totally. And I've been doing it for years before even FunnyJunk was around. So I'm like looking at this going, really? The dinosaur? That you're going to bring him out in court? I mean, how's
Now,
that work?
all right, I'm going to ask you the silly moral dilemma question that would come up. They offer you $1 million for your domain to merge it with their site. What do you say?
FunnyJunk offers $1 million?
Uh-huh.
I would pull like a Instagram and say I'll take $1 billion, but other than that, no, I'm not interested.
All right, so we're far apart, so we meet somewhere in the middle.
Yeah,
$1,000,001.
So really, you would turn down $1 million?
probably. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it'd be worth it. And they would have to. Have you seen their site? It's purple and green. Like it makes my eyes bleed.
Yeah, it's a bad site. Yeah.
So
That's deflammatory, that thing you just said
Yeah.
there.
Now
Yeah.
the amazing thing is, early this week you sent the response to them that was basically 2 words. Get lost. A little stronger than that, and then you said,
What does he say, Joe? Can you read it?
I don't know if you should. Another F word tonight on Showtime.
You wish them the opposite of luck.
yeah, pretty much.
And then he sets up this fundraiser where you can click, and it's Bear Love Good, Cancer Bad, and you can donate to his cause,
Right.
not to defending him against FunnyJunk, but against cancer. And how much money did you raise?
As of this morning, it's about $140,000.
Holy cow.
Outstanding.
I love that.
What's your biggest donor? Is this like Obama? Is it all 10, 20 bucks at a time, or you
The
got
Koch brothers in your back
you got one big guy?
You can give as much as you want to curing cancer, I believe. But did you have some big donors?
Yeah, I mean, I saw a couple $100 ones, but mostly about the $10 to $15 range seemed to be the
Wow.
average.
That's hilarious.
Which I thought was still great because I was when I first launched the campaign, I donated $500 of my own money just to get it rolling.
Right.
And then I launched the page and I was watching it and I was terrified because the money's staying at $500. I'm like, what if nobody donates? I'll look like a fool. What if I end up with $506? What I realized was it actually takes about 10 minutes to read that letter. So during those 10 minutes, I was sitting there sweating, worrying, and then after that, every time I hit refresh on the page, it was another $1,000. The goal was $20,000. In the first 30 minutes, we hit $10,000. In 64 minutes, we hit our goal. So
Wow.
it was pretty crazy.
So I love your cartoons. I'm looking at some of them right now.
Well, thank you.
They're really beautiful. The pros and cons of living with your significant other is a good one. The pro, you truly get to know someone, and then the con, you truly get to know someone.
So true.
I can't read it because there's some profanity.
Yeah,
there,
there's a
but,
lot of that going on my site.
The pro, you get to share possessions. Between the two of us, we have 4 couches, 2 dinner tables, 3 coffee tables, 5 desks, 4 side tables, and 13 horribly uncomfortable yet fashionably modern armchairs. Awesome. Let's go to IKEA and buy more things to put our existing things on. You get to share possessions. The con, you have to share possessions, and then that cartoon says, does the painting of Wookiee Jesus have to be in the living room?
Yeah.
And the answer is yes.
Clearly.
It inspires me. So
And if you want a painting of Wookiee Jesus, you have those for sale.
Yeah, actually, we had Wookiee Jesus in the comic, and I thought, this is ridiculous. No one would buy this. And we had a flood of emails, I want a copy. So we printed 500 copies, and they sold out in like a couple hours. So Wookiee Jesus apparently is popular.
I'd
right
buy a Wookiee Jesus sweatshirt. Pros, more sex. And then you have the couple in bed, and, ooh, someone's feeling frisky tonight, hee-hee. You are my sexy, perfect butterfly. I'm convinced that when everything you do smells like Vanilla Glade plugins. That's I shortened that a little. Then the reality. Oh.
Yeah, I think we get it.
Yeah, you have to read it for yourself
Yeah.
because it's
Yeah.
hilarious.
The reality
whole
parts are
website.
the parts that are good on the internet.
That's life.
All right. Well, congratulations on standing up to the big company.
Congratulations!
very
You're going to get your butt suit off.
No,
Now,
he's
they're going
not.
to come
Come
back.
on.
What's that?
Well, he's just sent a letter back to these guys telling them to get lost.
Yeah,
You think
absolutely.
they're going to get lost?
They're going to get lost. They
Well,
have no case.
My lawyer actually asked him about that. I said, am I going to make this worse by being public about this? He said, legally, no. By publishing this, there's not anything else they can do. But if you want to make them angry and make them come after you even more,
Do what we're doing right now.
emotional
Yes,
factor.
that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
I think we have our answer.
I dare them to come after you. I'm not afraid.
Well, that means I get to draw more mothers and bears, so I'm okay with that.
Win-win.
Yeah.
4 seasons of Seattle weather. Oh, this is a great cartoon, too. Fall. 46 Fahrenheit, gray, gloomy, probably raining. Basically, anytime you've seen a Tim Burton movie, that's what it looks like. Then winter, see fall. Spring, see winter.
Yeah.
And then summer. Oh, God, it's here. It's finally here. Finally shows up late July. The whole city gets manic about how amazing the weather is. And then 2 seconds later, see fall. That's our
Nailed it.
Pretty much, yeah.
It is very nice to meet you. Congratulations on your self-sufficient website. And don't let the big guy come after you.
Thank you very
I
much.
like how you stand up to him. Yeah.